67% of people have experienced the silent treatment in a close relationship, ignored, left on red, emotionally shut out. Most people treat silence as the absence of communication, but silence is not absence. Silence is information. Your nervous system reacts to it immediately, often before your rational mind catches up. Your brain does not interpret silence as neutral. It interprets it as uncertainty. And uncertainty activates threat detection. That is why being ignored can feel destabilizing even when nothing explicit has been said. Your body starts scanning for meaning. Your mind starts building stories. Your attention narrows toward one question: what changed? Today, we examine silence structurally, not emotionally, not dramatically, structurally. Because once you understand the structure behind silence, you stop reacting impulsively and start responding strategically. When someone important withdraws from you, your nervous system responds first. Social neuroscience research shows that experiences of rejection activate the anterior cingulate cortex, a region also involved in processing physical pain. That overlap explains why exclusion can feel intense, even when you know, logically, that you are safe. Throughout human history, belonging was tied directly to survival. Isolation meant vulnerability, no protection, no shared labor, no shared resources, no defense. The brain evolved to treat social exclusion as a serious signal. When communication suddenly stops, your brain does not calmly wait. It increases vigilance. It searches memory for clues. It prepares for threat. It urges resolution. This reaction is automatic. It is not weakness. It is adaptive wiring. But adaptive wiring does not require reactive behavior. Biology explains the reaction. It does not dictate the response. If you notice activation without obeying it, you create space, and space is where authority begins. Silence becomes powerful because it creates ambiguity. When information is incomplete, the brain fills the gap. It replays conversations. It reinterprets tone. It searches for small mistakes. It anticipates negative outcomes. Ambiguity consumes cognitive bandwidth. The longer silence lasts, the more attention it occupies, and this is where the power shift often begins. The person who stays silent controls timing. The person who feels urgency feels pressure. Pressure affects posture. Pressure affects tone. Pressure affects negotiation. Silence does not need aggression to be influential. It changes the emotional field by withholding clarity. It makes you work for certainty. And the moment you start working for certainty, balance can move. Silence often functions like an open loop, an unresolved situation your brain keeps returning to. No answer means the loop stays open, and open loops pull attention like unfinished tasks. That is why silence can feel larger than it is. It is not just the absence of words. It is the constant mental checking. Did they respond? Did I miss something? Should I say more? The more you check, the more importance you assign, and the harder it becomes to remain calm. Ask yourself, what is this silence training me to do? Self-regulate or self-abandon? There are two distinct psychological patterns behind withdrawal: silence from overwhelm, silence used as control. If you confuse them, you either overreact or rationalize a repeated pattern. Clarity requires pattern recognition. Do not ask, what does this silence mean? Ask, what does this silence do consistently over time? Some people experience emotional flooding. Under stress, their nervous system becomes overloaded. Heart rate increases. Cognitive clarity decreases. Language access becomes limited. In that state, silence is not strategy, it is regulation. The system reduces engagement to prevent escalation. It goes quiet because it cannot process and communicate simultaneously. Overwhelm-based silence is usually followed by reconnection. There is explanation. There is accountability. There is repair. The pattern resolves once regulation returns. That structure matters. Now consider the second pattern, silence used intentionally as leverage. Withdrawal here is not about regulation, it is about influence. Silence creates ambiguity. Ambiguity increases insecurity. Insecurity increases pursuit. Pursuit restores control to the one who withdrew. This sequence works because it shifts effort onto you. It shifts responsibility away from them. Repetition trains behavior. Communication stops. Time passes. Re-entry happens without acknowledgement. The issue resets. The cycle repeats. Over time, you anticipate silence. You adjust tone preemptively. You accept less clarity as normal. On the surface, silence appears passive. Structurally, it can reshape power balance. Patterns reveal intent. When faced with silence, most people attempt immediate resolution. They send additional messages. They clarify unnecessarily. They apologize to reduce tension. This is understandable, but structurally, it reinforces imbalance. If silence comes from overwhelm, urgency increases pressure. If silence comes from control, urgency confirms leverage. Chasing teaches your nervous system that anxiety is solved by pursuit. Stability communicates strength. Regulation communicates confidence. Urgency without boundaries communicates vulnerability. The goal is not suppression. The goal is structural awareness. Step 1, identify the pattern, evaluate frequency, evaluate consistency, evaluate outcomes. Is there repair or only reset? Is there accountability or only re-entry? Step 2, regulate before responding. Slow breathing stabilizes physiology. Relaxed posture stabilizes perception. Reaction is automatic. Response is chosen. Step 3, communicate calmly. For example, if you need space, that is fine, just let me know. Disappearing without communication does not work for me. No accusation, no pleading, no escalation, calm clarity. Step 4, observe the outcome. Healthy dynamics engage, controlling dynamics deflect. The outcome is data. Authority is not dominance. Authority is composure under uncertainty. When you do not chase silence, you reduce leverage. When you regulate first, you protect your position. Silence may attempt to destabilize. Stability neutralizes destabilization. Not all silence is malicious, but repeated silence without accountability is information. Consistency is data. Behavior is communication. Silence communicates, and your response communicates even more. Most people react. Few analyze. Fewer adjust strategically. When you understand structure, you stop personalizing withdrawal. You stop chasing reassurance. You stop mistaking intensity for connection. You begin choosing differently. This is social blueprint. See the pattern, choose the response.